Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Thank you, Lily and Saw, for that wonderful introduction, and President Green for saying I would rock the house yesterday. No pressure. I'd like to begin by congratulating the Otterans sitting behind me and all of the wonderful seniors sitting in front of me. I'm equal parts honored and terrified to be up on this stage talking to you today. Honored because apparently pretending to be a lawyer on the weekends makes people think you're qualified to speak at graduation. When really there is nothing profound that I can share any more than the bright individuals before me today. And terrified because that also means my childhood literary icon, Lois Lowry, is listening to everything I say. When I found out I was going to be the class speaker, I joked to my lovely roommate, who's completed the seemingly impossible task of living with me since freshman year. Ha, I get to make everyone listen to me for 8 minutes. To which she replied, Michelle, you've been doing that for 4 years. Like many of you, I've spent this year counting down the days until graduation. I wanted to go out with a bang. So at the beginning of our last semester, I sat down in my art studio, ripped off a piece of pink paper from my legal pad, and wrote the Michelle Manifesto. Now I know historically manifestos haven't been great, but the alliteration was too good to pass up, so you'll have to forgive me. I then proceeded to write down a list of lessons and self-imposed rules for my final semester. Like all good manifestos, I carried it with me at all times, including right now. Together, I'd like to highlight a few of my favorite points that helped my semester end on a high, and maybe even inspire some of you in the audience today. Number 1, fall hard and fail often. Literally and publicly down Miller steps, but also in all aspects of life. At Colby, did I major in chemistry? No. Was I even good at chemistry? Debatable. But did I love the department so much that I took way more classes than I needed to? Obviously. To me, it was a fun challenge, but to other people, it was masochism, whatever that means. One time I spent over 40 hours studying the week before a biochemistry midterm. The day of, I went to Olin at 6 in the morning, ate leftover cake with friends, and crammed in some last-minute studying. When my professor returned our exams, she told us to, and I quote, embrace the mindset of a goldfish, as in forget about how poorly we did before our final exam. Safe to say, it was not looking good for us. In an envelope sat my exam, where I received a whopping 59. To this day, yeah! To this day, it was the only exam I ever failed, and I was devastated. But I can share this with you because I finished the class, and I'm freaking graduating. One of the hardest lessons I've had to learn at Colby is that sometimes you can try your hardest, give something absolutely everything you've got, and still fail. And that's okay, because having the opportunity to learn is a privilege. During the toughest times, I remind myself that I don't have to study, but rather I get an opportunity to learn. And at the very least, everyone needs some humbling from time to time. Next, we're skipping to number 4. Say yes to any opportunities that come your way. When I was studying abroad in Japan, this rule led to unforgettable experiences, like practicing judo at a local high school, and my favorite, joining an old lady dance group. One day after I came home from school, my host mom invited me to her weekly Zumba class. Of course I said, yes. Fast forward a few weeks later, I was dancing in front of 200 people at a local festival. Guess what? It was awesome. I love saying yes. Michelle, Do you want to jump off a bridge with me? Yes. Michelle, do you want to rip this black diamond even though you only learned how to ski a year ago? Duh. Michelle, do you want to go to bar night? No. This brings me to number 5. Learn how to say no. Don't get me wrong. I love a sweaty, crowded bar night as much as the next person, but I spent most of my Thursday nights getting demolished by my friends in Mario Party. I have my priorities straight. Saying yes to things is great, but so is setting boundaries and protecting your peace. After today's ceremony, when you leave Mayflower Hill and return to your homes just outside of Boston, I imagine you'll be so moved by my speech that the first thing you'll want to do is write your own manifesto. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the impact others have had on me while writing mine. Every day, I met amazing people who made me think, I've never met anyone like you before. To my underclassmen and alumni friends who might be watching this, that includes you too. You've given me faith that, yes, there are still people who are fundamentally awesome and want to change the world. I'll always be grateful for this administration and every single one of my professors. Shout out to the chemistry, art, and East Asian Studies departments. Another huge thank you to the security team I got to know on weekend CER shifts, and all the staff who don't receive nearly enough credit for taking care of us, whether it's welcoming us into the dining halls or cleaning the apartments after a rowdy weekend. You've truly had a significant impact on this community. To my family of mockers, it was an absolute honor to be your captain these past 2 years. Friends, old and new, thank you for your constant support throughout my lowest of lows, especially the ladies of apartment 117 for being girls together with me. To my mom, number 11 on my manifesto was to call you. Whenever I received mail, I knew there was a 50-50 chance that it would either be a bill from Maine General or a letter from you. Guess which one I preferred? I've never once questioned your love or support for me pursuing my passions, and for that, I cannot thank you enough. And to my siblings, Taylor and Todd, there is no me without you. I may be the last one to graduate college, but I was the only one to give a speech, so haha. To my fellow seniors, in a time where lots of things are ending, I encourage you to fall in love with something new. Associate the conclusion of your time here with a new experience to remind you of the wonderful people you've met while embracing your future. We're entering a world that is unapologetically cruel. To quote John Green, a favorite Colby visitor of mine, we must fight like there is something to fight for, like we are something worth fighting for, because we are. So together, I'd like to add one final section to my manifesto with you today. Let's skip a few points and go to, let's say, number 25, for no reason. Number 25, choose to be kind and smile back as the world bares its teeth. I have no idea what lies ahead, but I can choose to embrace the uncertainty, knowing that the people I love will be there to catch me when I fall, because we did this together. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and good night, Cole.